guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video I'm going to be showing you how I create a glowy finish to the face. I'm definitely much more of a dewy, glowy skin type of person in comparison to matte skin. I don't always like a matte finish to my skin. I definitely prefer a slightly more dewy finish. So I thought I'd show you in this video today how I achieve my glowy skin. This is my springtime edition. In the spring I tend to go for pearly tones with maybe a touch of pink in there as well, in comparison to like summer where I go for more bronzy tones, a bit more golden finishes to the glowness. So if you'd like to see how I get my glowy skin for spring, then just keep watching. Okay, so the first thing I do is I prime my face. I like this BellaIzzy Hydro Fix primer water. This is really lightweight, it soaks in really quickly. Moisturising, hydrating for the skin, quite easy and convenient having it in a spray form as well. Okay, then I actually go in with an illuminator and kind of almost cover my entire face in an illuminator before I go in with foundation. The one I've been using at the moment is the Gosh Lumi Drops. I've used this quite a few times in my videos. I have mine in the shade Vanilla, and what I do with this is I literally just apply it to my entire face. I try and stay away from my chin area because that's where I tend to get spots, and I don't want to like draw attention to spots, and I kind of don't put quite as much down my T-zone because I get a very oily T-zone. So I do want a dewy glowy finish, but I don't want to look oily, so that's kind of the key to it. So yeah, I'm going to go with this. Pop some on the back of my hand, that's probably a bit much, but like that. So it's a nice pearly toned illuminator, which I like, and it suits fair skin as well, really nice, which I have. I then go with my Real Techniques foundation brush, and I literally just apply that. So mainly kind of the cheek areas, I really apply it. Like I said, I will apply a bit to my forehead, but I tend to try and stick to more the temple areas. And these drops from Gosh are really nice because they just don't feel heavy on the skin. They don't do that thing as well when you, sometimes if you apply too many layers before foundation, you know how if you like move it, it kind of comes off, you know, and it's, I don't know how to describe it, kind of balls up into patch on the skin. This won't happen with these drops, which is why I like them. And this is definitely more of a sheen to the skin. There's a little bit of shimmer to this, but once you've got the foundation over the top, you can't see the shimmer anymore, which I like. Yeah, so I really love these. I have noticed that Gosh have brought out, I don't know how long they've had them out for actually, they've got a blush form of these Lumi drops, which I'm really interested to try out. So if that's something you'd like me to do first impressions of, let me know, because I think I might do that for Friday's video. Go and pick up a blush form, because I do like, because if I like these drops, then I imagine I would like the blush drops. Okay, then I go in foundation. I'm using the Collection Illuminating Touch foundation today. I have mine in the shade Porcelain. I believe it's the lightest one they do. It is just a tad too dark, like a shade too dark for my skin tone, as I find most drugstore foundations, but that's fine. I just kind of bronze up the neck. I'm just going to take one pump for now. So you can see that the Lumi Drops are getting a nice glow to the skin, and you'll still be able to see that once I put foundation on top. So, and sometimes I find if I add an illuminator underneath, I almost don't need to go in with a highlighter on top. And actually, for a more day-to-day basis, when you try and when you kind of want your skin to look glowy without it looking like makeup, it's quite nice to put an illuminator like this underneath and not put highlighter on, and they're good because you still have that really nice glowy skin, but it looks a bit more natural, if that makes sense. So I really like that. I'm taking my Spectrum Unicorn Lilac Sponge just to blend that in. When I'm going for more of a glowy skin, I like to go with a damp sponge because I find it helps with the dewy finish of the skin. So you can see it's still got that beautiful radiance to it. Okay, so this foundation is a light to medium coverage. You can build up further, but again, I quite like having a lightish coverage when I'm doing a glowy look. I just think it looks a bit more natural that way. And to be honest, if there are blemishes, which I do have blemishes, I'll just go in with concealer and kind of spot conceal those, so that's not a problem. So for concealer, I'm going with this Kiko one. I don't know if it's still available, but any concealer will do. It's called their Full Coverage Concealer in 01. So if I have gone slightly lighter on the foundation, I will go in the slightly heavier concealer just to help correct under the eyes or blemishes or whatever. So for this I'm just using my Real Techniques Dulux crease brush. Okay, then once I've added concealer, I then like to go in and set the concealer areas, and I also like to go down my T-zone with powder as well. So although I want a dewy, glowy finish, I don't want to look oily, and I get quite oily down my T-zone, so it's always important if you do get oily down your T-zone to set it, just to help slightly mattify the T-zone area and then keep the rest nice and dewy. So I'm going to go in with this Kiko one. It's their Radiant Fusion Baked Powder. Taking my Real Techniques setting brush as always, and like I said, set all the areas. I pop concealer. So on my nose, I put some concealer. And then, like I said, just down my T-zone area because I don't want it to look oily or sweaty. See, just like that. So I'm going to keep my oil under control from the T-zone, but I still have that nice dewy, glowy finish to the skin. Okay, then I'm going to go in with bronzer, create an extra glowy look. I do like to take a bronzer that has a bit more shimmer, like has a slight shimmer to it. It just acts really nicely with the light, and yeah, just helps that glowy finish. So I'm taking this Barry M1, this is the Afterglow light bronzer, and it does have a bit of shimmer to it, nothing heavy because I'm not a huge fan of really shimmery bronzers, but just enough. Taking my blush brush and just lightly going in. So I'm just very lightly taking this kind of in all the places that I would usually bronze up, just to add a little bit of warmth to the skin, but nothing too heavy. Okay, then going with blusher. I've been really loving using cream products at the moment. So I'm taking this one, this is the Universal Beauty Secret Flush. So this is a soothing cream blusher, and it's also a lip stain gel, so you can pop it on your lips as well. This is in the shade 04 Nectar. It's a really pretty pink colour, but it also has a sheen to it, which I really like. So it kind of just helps with that glowy finish to the skin. So with this, I literally pop a little bit on the cheeks like this, then going back in with the sponge and kind of just blending that out. It blends out so easily, and I find by using a damp sponge it just makes everything blend out so nicely. It helps maintain that dewy finish as well that we want to the skin. See, it just creates a really pretty flush to the cheeks. And actually I might as well just pop a little bit on my lips while I'm at it. It smells really nice, this does. So the last step I'll take to finish off this dewy glowy skin is actually kind of optional because it's looking pretty dewy and glowy now. On a more day-to-day basis I would leave it at this so it looks a bit more like my skin's naturally glowing, if that makes sense. But if I want to pop of something extra, then I will go in with a highlighter. So I'm going to take this one. This is the Makeup Revolution Radiant Light highlighter in the shade Exhale. Like I said, I go for more pearly, pink toned highlighters in the spring. I think it looks really pretty. So this is the one I'm going to take. But I'm not going to take too much of this because, like I said, my skin is already looking really nice and dewy, so I don't want to go overboard. I'm going to take my Real Techniques Bold Metals 300 brush, take a little bit and just dust this on the high points. So it does add that extra glowy finish to the skin. But again, like I said, you don't necessarily need to go for this stuff. It depends how much you love your highlighter. Bit down, brush my nose, Cupid's bow ever so slightly, and then I also like to just add a little bit here, just ever so slightly. And that is that. So that is how I create my glowy, dewy skin for spring. I think it's really pretty. Like I say, you don't need to go in with a highlighter afterwards. I think the illuminator under the foundation is enough. It just depends kind of how much you love your highlighters. But yeah, I really love how my skin looks. It's still quite a light coverage to the skin, so you can still see all my freckles and stuff like that, which I like. So you can kind of play around, try it with full coverage if you want to. I really love these Lumi drops from Gosh. They're really, really nice. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this video. Let me know your favourite products down below for creating glowy skin. Let me know if you would like to see that first impressions on the Gosh blush drops. I think I'll probably do that on Friday if I am going to do it. Yeah, so I really hope you enjoy this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching.